Curtis and Coach, another season is upon us, coming off a state championship, a winning season for this program. So something new, having to kind of deal with the fact that you are the champions now. Teams are going to be gunning for you this season. You've got a young group of guys that are going to be coming in, and maybe I imagine some playing for the first time. So how have the guys kind of handled Sabino High School? It is almost Friday night. The Sabercats opening up the 2024 high school football season against the Coolidge Bears, and we're pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Sabercats, Ryan McBrayer, along with his junior tight end and linebacker, Josh Curtis. And Coach, another season is upon us, coming off a state championship, a winning season for this program. So something new, having to kind of deal with high school. It is almost Friday night. The Sabercats opening up the 2024 high school football season against the Coolidge Bears, and we're pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Sabercats, Ryan McBrayer, along with his junior tight end and linebacker, Josh Curtis. And Coach, another season is upon us, coming off a state championship, a winning season for this program. So something new, having to kind of deal with the fact that you are the champions now. Teams are going to be gunning for you this season. You've got a young group of guys that are going to be coming in, and maybe I imagine some playing for the first time. So how have the guys kind of handled the lead up to tonight?
You know, it's been a great workup to where we are right now, and I know the guys are chomping at the bits for this first game because the guys are ready to step in to take the places of a lot of those big-time names that we just graduated. So it started in the weight room in January, went all the way through the summertime, those 110-degree heats of passing league, big man competitions, and all that kind of unsung work that people don't see. And now they're really excited to get after it. And that target on the back, that's nothing new. I think a lot of people kind of circle Sabino on their schedule every single year. And now we're just happy to have a championship back at our school. But I know these guys are talking today. They're not settling on that one. They want to go win their own one and keep it rolling.
Josh, as somebody that was on the team last year, how did you want to help set the tone for what this year was going to be?
This year I'm excited to play, hopefully be a bigger role in the team and make a big impact more than last year, and just help the team out more than I had last year.
Wow. What's the excitement level for tonight? I mean, obviously you work all off season, like Coach was saying, and the passing camps and the lineman camps and 7-on-7 to get to this opportunity to play on a Friday night in late August. What's it feeling like inside you right now in terms of the butterflies?
I'm very excited to get going. I'm trying to put all the nerves away. I'm excited to get back at it. It's been a while, put a lot of work in on the off season, and we're all just ready to go back at it right now.
What's your routine? How do you approach from the time you leave me here until game time? How do you approach it? What's your mentality about how you want to put yourself in the right mind come 7 o'clock?
I just try to think of our rules of what we do and make sure my headset, my mind is right and ready for the game day, and just think of what's going to happen on the field and what I got to be expecting.
Do you have, Ryan, in terms of, once the guys get out of class here on Fridays, kind of guidelines for how you want them to spend those 4 or 5 hours leading up to game time and kind of their mental preparation for Friday nights?
Yeah, we talk about having no distractions on a Friday evening and getting there. So we're very blessed. We have a 6-period weight training class where we have all our football guys in. So we spend our week getting our lift in, being able to go straight from lift into practice. So we're not here all day and we can get homework done and all that stuff. But come Fridays, we just make sure all our special teams, all our formations, all our defenses, we're all dialed in. There's no hiccups when we're calling, especially this first game, when we're calling for the kickoff team. We want to make sure we got 11 guys on the field. So just going over that little adjustments, what happens if somebody is down, who's our backup guys, who should be standing where. So, again, once the the heat turns up and that 40-minute clock is starting to roll, we want to be as disciplined and ready for those things that we know are going to come our way. So we get out of school at 3:15. We got a home game this week. So we went 3:15, talking about all our specials, talking about all our roles, give them a little break to go see our trainer, get checked out. We got them all back and accounted for here now at 4:30. They're all coming back. They'll get any treatment they need, and then we're on the field ready to go. So kickoff here coming in, 3 hours now, over at 7 o'clock.
We got a little rain in here a few hours, about an hour ago. Josh, have you had a chance to play much in the mud, play football in the mud?
There have been a lot of practices and times where we get to play in the mud, but it's not my favorite time or not my favorite weather to play in. But, we're just going to deal with it and keep doing what we're doing.
That's real football, though. You guys, I'm sure you guys look down upon all those schools that have those turf fields. It's like, y'all need to come out here and play on some real grass, some real football like we do up here at the Saberdome, right?
Yeah, it's a real deal.
Absolutely. We're joined by Josh Curtis, junior tight end linebacker. In terms of which side of the ball, do you have a favorite?
Not really. I like playing both sides. I enjoy both sides, Get to hit some people, tackle some people. They're both very fun to me.
All right, who's throwing the ball to you this year now that Cameron Hackworth is going on to college?
We got a new freshman quarterback, Bodie.
Freshman?
Got to keep a watch out for him. He's going to be good.
Tell us a little bit about this freshman quarterback, Ryan.
He's a guy that, came in, worked his butt off. He had a lot of hype surrounding him. He came in with shorts and a T-shirt and threw a very pretty ball. But to get out here in pads and, get acclimated to the big-time program that we are, he's got to live up to those big names that came before him. So there's a lot of pressure behind that, but he's only just rose up to the occasion. And, he was battling for the position with a couple guys, and he took it, and our offense feels very comfortable with him. And we'll ease him into it, and it helps to ease the pressure when you got a guy like Josh Curtis and Max Trainer and Britt Roberson to catch the ball, and you can hand it off to a couple different guys because we're definitely going to be, all 11 on offense, all 11 on defense, all 11 on special teams. We're going to be building the Sabino football team around him, and he's got 4 years to develop, but nobody cares that he's a freshman right now. They want to beat us regardless. So, we're getting him acclimated to the fire real quick.
Have you ever started? I guess did Camp start as a freshman or no?
So I took over, 2017. So we had Alex Bell was a senior. Right. And then we kind of had our first position battle my second year, and we ended up starting A.J. Skaggs, who was a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so we're blessed to have A.J. Skaggs for 3 years. Unfortunately, for that whole team, his senior year, that was the COVID year, where I'm sure we would have been seeing his name in a lot of record books with the numbers that he was putting up. But then his senior year was Cam Hackworth's freshman year. So Cam was able to have the privilege to kind of learn behind a guy that did it at a very high level. And Cam, I don't know if he missed a snap for most of those 3 years. So now Bodie's got the opportunity to go make a name for himself, and I know he's got a lot of guys to look up to. In the record books, a lot of Sabino royalty that is hanging up around here. But I know he's eager and chomping at the bits to go after it.
And new offensive coordinator this year with Sly Lewis heading on over to Pueblo's program. Who's going to be calling plays for you this year?
I'll be calling the plays.
Really?
So,
Taking that on?
I started off as the defensive coordinator here, my first kind of getting my feet wet in the coaching scene. But, we got Mike Wells as our defensive coordinator who came over last year and just did a phenomenal job. Our defense flies around. And we tackle very, very well, which is a big-time key. So we're super blessed to have coaches like Mike Wells and Jason Wells coaching our DBs, Coach Opel working with our D-line, Coach Baja does our O-line, D-line, just guys all over the place that are just great human beings. So we put together really a staff, and not a lot of egos involved. We kind of just all do and contribute everything that we can, and hopefully score a couple more points than the other team does on a Friday night.
There you go. You guys went up to Coolidge last year. What do you remember about that game, Josh?
Well, we had a lot of good players back then, and it was a pretty good beat down by us. It was a very fun game to watch and play, and I really enjoyed that one, and we're hoping to do it again this year.
How is Coach as a play caller here?
Coach is perfectly fine. He's good.
There you
go.
go.
Good with him.
So what's your favorite play that you want him calling a lot tonight?
Well, I like to block a lot.
Oh, you like to block a lot?
I like to block a lot, hit some kids on the offense, so maybe some wing stuff, some tight end stuff. like to do something like that.
All right, who's going to be carrying the ball in the backfield this year?
Zachariah Haley.
All right, Zachariah Haley. Looking forward to that. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get these other two gentlemen in here. Ryan, always appreciate your time. Josh, best of luck this season. Looking forward to what year 2024 has to do for this Sabino program.
Thanks so much for having us, David.
Absolutely.